Hey, what's going on? Just really getting back with you guys. I told you I'm gonna get back on another video. Really my discussion I really want to focus more on is biological weapons, and or basically, uh, just really coming to the term of what's the what's the oldest mass destruction that was ever created or ever just ever thought of. And you have to say biological weapons like using basic bacteria, viruses, any type of germs or something like that in your warfare. And I think even terrorism have used that as well, of using anthrax or using some type of narcissus or nerve gas or mustard gas and such situations like that. Even go back, like I said, go back in ancient times where they use, um, telemeria, um, and they use that with infected people to cause massive outbreaks, epidemics in certain enemy territories. So even poisoning people's food supply and water supply. It's very likely, and this is what I say will be, I would say is barbarism, but I also gotta say it was also be used as a military sense because um, you know you had what some speculate this virus came from a lab, what some people speculate. But the thing is that this virus or this coronavirus this this was already discovered 3 years ago in the wild. I mean, out there um, in the open areas of near Wuhan, China. So people speculate it was made in the lab, but there were data, there were really just facts that it was found and discovered and warned by several governments, including China. Even the United States has certain type of warning, and people kind of just took the information what it was. That right now would lead to this pandemic. Now, but really, I want to be focused more is, like I said on my last, is the intentionally spreading of the virus. You have people that are spitting on doorknobs, spitting on items, on food items, or things on, touching certain things, but not cleaning their hands or washing their hands, um, or even to the point they're spitting on people or touching people or just trying to just be around people and just breathing naturally, but just being around in a close a proximity around people. So you have a conscious um, conscious knowing willingly knowing that they are spreading a very lethal, uncurable virus. That even if they got and say that they're non-symptom, that they don't show no type of symptom or effect, they just carriers. That to them they are the perfect weapons of being a mass destruction of biological weapon because you basically weaponize a virus. You turned it into a terrorism, a bioterrorism. Into you intentionally spread it to a mass group of people, and you spreading it through the population, and almost in a way of seeking a prevalence of pleasure in killing people. So that's really what's going on. I think the death in a lot of black people, especially black Americans, in a lot of these black areas around these urban cities all over is very telling because you have a lot of even white supremacy they have stated and on news have said they are going to spread this coronavirus into black predominantly neighborhoods, and that's a very true statement. And the thing is, you do not know who's doing it. Like I said, they could be doing it covertly. Some might do it in the open, as people seeing evidence and cameras and stuff. But people is not doing it in the open. Like you got a lot of people just doing it as covertly. Um, you even have some black people that was ignorant to also do certain things that is a potential spreading of the virus. And I think some of them blacks, I think there's more conspiracy if it's not real or it's engineered. In my eyes, I mean, nothing can be really engineered in my mind. I think any type of virus is still a natural organism, microorganism is that is an affected and also needs a host of to survive on. Like I said, immune systems are very equipped and capable of fighting off multiple varieties of viruses, bacteria, and stuff like that. But also, there is certain viruses if it's very foreign that your body immune system have never dealt with, then it could be a very lethal, especially if you got preconditions. If you're already sick, you're very elder, you already have heart or respiratory problems, because this virus basically attacks the respiratory system. So that is definitely a big thing that also affect the black community as well, of the many health problems we have. It's not just being the poor assets of getting health, taking care of health care, but it's also just more of an intentional spreading it. Knowing that you could be a carrier of a very dangerous, contagious virus, a microorganism. So let's be honest a little bit of what's going on. I know a lot of people was talking about the attention spread. You got a lot of ignorance of people not doing social distance, but you got a lot of people that is intentionally avoiding social distance so they can affect people, and that's where you cross the line into bioterrorism and also biological warfare. Like I said, biological warfare with using viruses and bacteria is not a new thing. It's been used for several thousand years. I think the Black Plague that everybody talk about from Europe, it happened in the 1300s. So this didn't happen before the Moors' conquest. This actually happened after the expulsion of the Moors. You forgot the Moors was basically kicked out around the 13th century. This occurred in the 14th century. So many sciences that they did have, they wasn't really using it, and plus the hygiene wasn't as prevalent. But it wasn't by accident either. Like I said, it was used by the Mongolian Empire that invaded Europe through Crimea. That's near Crimea. Is pretty much it's in the Black Sea or the Caspian Sea. That's pretty much border Ukraine. Um, Also, kind of in a way, it's near Russia as well. But it was an invasion through the Mongolian military, and they actually was very successful containing the virus that was called a Yista Zuda. So that just lets you know. That just lets you know of the of the capability that they can contain it. But like I said, they used that predominantly for military advancement. So you cannot put this to pass that this virus is also being used in a military or even a terrorist fashion as well. And it could be very racial and also in the spreading as well. So, as you said, more black people is getting this virus and dying at a higher rate than any other racial group. And I think that's very telling me to be accounted for. Um, like I said, it's just. But I'm not going to say this pandemic is the worst thing for Black people either. I think this pandemic is a blessing in disguise because it really shows us we can actually become more than what we are now. It also it's a rod in the wall that we need to improve more than we are now. From economy shutting down, from employment rise, it's just a telling that we need to be more aware of. But I'm definitely, like I said, I'm gonna definitely get with you guys with another real soon. Then, like I said, man, I'll see. I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye.